On July 28, 1999, this man, Julius Jones, shot and killed this man, Paul Howell, in front of his two daughters and his sister. Point blank in the head, and then he stole his car. Barely a week prior, he had hijacked a car with a gun in a very similar fashion and ended up pleading guilty. A few days after Jones murdered Paul Howell in cold blood, he was arrested, and he's been on death row for over 20 years. But relatively recently, there's been a lot of big people like this, Kim Kardashian. At least I think that's Kim Kardashian. I don't know all these people's names. This guy, verified TikTok creator, this lady, and of course this gentleman, Conscious Lee. They are trying to get the murderer released from prison because they claim he's innocent. Why do they claim he's innocent? Well, no actual reason. They just lie. They just lie about the case and say he's innocent because they made stuff up. Allow me to demonstrate.
Number one, Julius Jones is at home having dinner with his parents and his sister at the time of the murder. However, his legal team failed to present his alibi at his original trial. His trial attorneys did not call Mr. Jones or his family members to the stand.
No, he was not at his parents' house. There were multiple witnesses who saw him commit the act. The only people who claimed he was at his parents' house were his family. Mr. Conscious Lee said Mr. Jones was not called to the stand. This is a lie. You can see this by reading the court transcripts. You understand that your right to testify is a personal decision of your own. Have you determined with the assistance of your counsel not to testify? Yes, sir. Is that a free and personal decision of your own? Yes, sir. He actually denied testifying a total of 4 times. This is just one of those times.
During the trial, he had repeatedly admitted to both of his trial attorneys that his family was mistaken and he was not at home that night, and they were talking about the previous night before.
And that's not the only testimony about his whereabouts that night.
2 uninvolved eyewitnesses testified at trial that they saw Julius Jones with a Suburban the night of the murder.
If you admit to lawyers that your family is going to lie for you, then he's not going to bring them up because they could lose their license if they bring up someone they know is going to lie.
Mr. Jones didn't even fit the description of the person who committed the crime of the sole eyewitness. They say that this man had 1 to 2 inch hair. Y'all see this man right here? He had a shaved head.
This is a lie. She did not say he had long hair. People lie about this to try to accuse another guy of being the murderer. That guy had cornrows. She said he did not have cornrows. There was just a small amount of hair sticking out about ½ an inch above his ear, not ½ an inch of hair. That is lying about a witness testimony, Mr. Lee, when you can just look it up.
Number 3, it was a man named Christopher Jordan who matched the eyewitness hair description, but he claimed he was only the getaway driver.
Already addressed that, but also, Mr. Jordan was described as being the getaway driver. The rest of his claims are anecdotal or irrelevant, but what they ignore is that it was proven in 2018 with DNA evidence that Jones was the culprit. The bandana worn and the gun used in the crime were found in Jones' possession, and the DNA shows that it was his bandana. Visit justiceforpaulhowell.com to learn more.